Welcome everyone, it's time for the Turtlecast. It's the o'clock. Welcome. Who I see in the chat already? I'm Peaceful Gamer, Jesus for you, Adefion Jack, Visric, RHPS, Chris Zimmerman, Kai Klomen, San Serate, Nomis, PDM, Suika, Anyway, Minus Blindfold, Alufool. Welcome. How is everyone doing today? Welcome Scott and DXG and Nighthawk. Welcome. How is your grind on the Fastnacht? I have terrible luck myself, if not the fact that someone donated a plant to me with this new oil producer, is this butter churn. I would still be grinding for it unsuccessfully. From everything I wanted from this event, I dropped 0 by doing approximately 12 Fastnachts so far, so not crazy amount, like 12 times I did the event. So it's not like I'm there 24/7 doing Fastnacht, but yeah, I was expecting at least something. I have 0 new glowing masks. I have 1 new mask in total. So 1 new mask in total. It's not a glowing one. It's the one that you are able to see, the turkey. And I did drop some rare old masks, like twice. But I don't want them, so it's tough. It's tough there with the Fastnacht grind. What Taliban Sky you managed to drop the butter churn 3 times already? You must be grinding 24/7. There is no way. Anyway, has the same luck as me. So nothing on the new stuff. Nothing. Oh, Country Boy Stevens, thank you a lot for joining Turtles Army, appreciate that, and may the shell be with you. Thank you. And if you noticed, I don't know if that was a good idea, I'm supposed to ask you. I had a different thumbnail that you probably can still see on Discord notification because it will not update there. Early on when I announced this stream, as I was in the same time as I was announcing Turtlecast, I was live on Twitch. So I put it on the thumbnail and then I tweaked the thumbnail when I was finished back to normal as a form of notification without sending like a special post of anything like that to YouTube, just changing the thumbnail. I don't know, you need to know me if that's a good idea or if that's confusing for you if I do that and swap the thumbnail later. It's my experiment, I never tried that before, so I'm experimenting with this approach. Now, let me check if there is anything on follow.com. And there is so nothing. So the only announcements come from official Bethesda Discord, so we'll go there. Or maybe we'll go there after Ask the Turtle section, as there's quite a bunch of questions, I think. So maybe I should focus Ask the Turtle first, then announcements from Bethesda on Bethesda Discord, and then back to YouTube chat. So I'll be with you in the YouTube chat back in a moment. Oh, someone with terrible luck too. M6 is saying he was grinding for 40 hours with no glowing mask. Wow. 40 Fastnachts and not a glowing mask. Yeah, it's tough. The luck is tough with those masks. And unfortunately, I do not speak the language of whoever Nathan is, so I have no idea what it says. Now, to the Ask the Turtle section. Ask the Turtle section. There we go. Then, Union Power Armor, it was back, now it's back. Yeah, that's true. I can't add calibrated shocks to the legs. Do you have the plan? Did you learn the plan? Maybe the plan bug out and unlearned for yourself. Check with Giuseppe if he's selling a plan for calibrated shocks. If he is, and it doesn't say known, then you need to buy it and learn it. Next, anyone want to see how powerful the new change to fall off damage affected shotgun, specifically the Peppa Shaker, since it gets 105% damage from heavy shotgun perk cards? Angry Turtle should do a video with 15 points into heavy shotgun damage with Skid Shooter, Tenderizer, Stabilize, Bloody Mess, and all the other fun perks. My Peppa Shaker is booming. Okay, I'm happy to hear that Peppa Shaker is so much better. I'm only honestly using Peppa Shaker for crippling purposes, but I did notice that fall off of the damage is less, which is good. I noticed that on other weapons too, especially Slugbuster, that it's back now with its automatic flamer option, which is not a flamer, but automatic, when you put a flamer barrel and add to that, what was the receiver? This battery draining, forgot the name. The one that drains power armor batteries. This receiver is making it with the flamer into very fast firing automatic version. Now, next. Apparently there's a vault with guaranteed refreshable items every time you visit it, and now people found out a guaranteed leader bobblehead spawn at the new trading post. What other curious spot does the new map have? That new map may have even more. It's still explored. The new map have Ogwa spawn point, that's guaranteed, so that's probably really cool. I do plan to build a camp around Ogwa spawn point, as it's guaranteed Ogwa spawn point. It was nowhere on the map anything like that before. Next. Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well. I'm transitioning to the Holy Man endgame build. I'm still level 200 something, so I don't have max level legendary perks. I got a few questions. Alright, let's see. 3 questions to be exact, looks like. Angry uses Blooded for some weapons and anti-armor for others. Why is that? Like, why no Blooded Holy Fire, anti-armor and vampire? He also got Blooded Gatling Laser and anti-armor Gatling Plasma. Okay, for most part, it's not very important when you are on Blooded build, if you are running anti-armor weapons or Blooded ones. Which is kind of good, because it is extremely hard to craft or purchase stuff from player vendors that would be perfect. So in case of my Holy Fire, I managed to get anti-armor with faster fire rate. If I would get Blooded with faster fire rate, I would be using Blooded. There are some edge case scenario when anti-armor wins versus Blooded, and when Blooded wins versus anti-armor. That's why there is no clear winner. For some cases scenarios, like mainly endgame bosses, the anti-armor tend to outperform Blooded, but that's only in the situation when Blooded is having the damage greatly reduced by damage resistance and stabilized is not enough to overcome the damage resistance, and when anti-armor can fully penetrate all armor on criticals. It's not a straight line, that's why there is no clear winner, it's like a curve. I was explaining that in more details in my older video about anti-armor and how that exactly works, anti-armor and armor calculation, how that works in the game, as it's a little bit complicated math. But quick answer, anti-armor and Blooded, both amazing on Blooded build, so whichever you get, it's usually okay. Next. Is Class Freak to reduce mutations' negative effects really not worth it? I got 2 more mutation than him, Egghead and Scully Skin. I'm still using Class Freak, but that forces me out of the VATS perks. Use only on bosses anyway. So yes, Class Freak is worth it whenever you don't need to max out criticals for bosses. But if it comes to the boss fights, there is nothing more important than hitting them with criticals. At least if you care about real endgame performance on the boss fight, if you want to see them melting when you are firing at them, you must use VATS criticals. That's unfortunate, the game mechanic is like that, but bosses are balanced against those VATS criticals by a large margin, as otherwise they're extremely tanky. So, yeah, you need to do it. Or you can just do it normally without criticals, but it's 10 times more time. It's 10 times faster with VATS criticals. And lastly, how bad is the weapon durability? He don't use Luck of the Draw nor the one that improves 50%. I'm still using both of these durability perks, but I change all VATS perks. Only the perception one is left because one perception. So the thing is, when you max out damage, go for a min-max build, in other words, max out your damage output. The weapon breaks way less because enemies die faster, so you use it less, so it breaks less, so then you don't need those perks. And when you do a lot of bosses, they are dropping improved repair kits all the time. Assuming you don't need to repair your weapon multiple times during the boss fight, you are ending up with a surplus of repair kits. I have currently about 500, this is half a thousand of improved repair kits. I will not burn through it anytime soon, even if my weapons will be breaking every 15 minutes. It will still take forever. And next, hello Turtle. Do you think Bethesda will ever fix the flamethrower long barrel attachment? Oh, they already did, by completely disabling it. So that's the Bethesda fix. They disabled long barrel. They are both short barrels that you can currently install. The long barrel is like you can switch to long barrel, but what they did, they swap what it does. So switching to long barrel is equipping another short barrel. There is no actual long barrel. The changing of the barrel only increases the weight. They tweaked it so it doesn't work anymore. That's the fix they implemented. It still does nothing positive or negative, maybe adds weight though. Yeah, it does add weight to the weapon, so that's what they did. We can still put it on and off, so that makes me think it's supposed to have a purpose rather than no purpose. Originally it's supposed. They fix it by removing the purpose. Is rate of fusion core drainage in VATS tied to the AP cost of your weapon? Yes. More AP, more drainage. So if you want to use VATS in power armor, your weapon of the choice is Quad Railway with less AP cost, automatic one. This basically doesn't use an AP, it's like 2 AP. Therefore, you can use it almost forever without significantly draining your fusion core. That's the only weapon works well in this case scenario. And yeah, I always answer them on Friday. That's the purpose of Ask the Turtle section. I answer them here on the Turtlecast in person rather than typing. Next. With the new lazy commando build I'm running with a chemist backpack, so what should I use for the extra 3 points in strength? If you have 3 extra points in strength, the best option is blocker. It will prevent those unfortunate situations when you are in decryption like I was today, and Ghoul rush me with 100% armor penetration, as those decryption enemies have those, and kills me. It will not happen with a blocker equipped, so that's probably the best option. But honestly, you can do those 3 points whatever you feel like will make this build the most lazy for you. Why no machete or knife if the new lazy Angry Turkey build is Rambo? You could, they just too weak. That's the reason, they just too weak. Those weapons are too weak. But it can punch with power armor fists. I finished my kill robots with punching, so I'm done with that. I earned my 80 atoms, 1100 robots killed by punching. And lastly, hi IT. I see a lot of comments regarding pistol builds as weak. I ran a 10mm quad faster fire rate pistol build, and I feel it works very well on everyday stuff. Yes, not too good on bosses, but who need max damage on bosses really? Always big hitters there to help with OP damage. I would like to see what you think on doing a pistol build for everyday stuff. Oh, you absolutely can. Even my Alien Blaster build still works with Alien Blaster very well after the Alien Blaster received a nerf. It's still working very well, and pistols for everyday use cases? Yeah, absolutely, you can run them. Are they perfect on boss stuff? No, Alien Blaster was the exception. Before the nerf, it could quite fast melt bosses. Now it doesn't melt them anymore, so Bethesda really hates pistol builds. They attack the Alien Blaster, the only saving grace of all the pistol builds. Now, back to you for a moment before we jump for the Bethesda announcement section of Fallout 76. There was a couple. Now I'm in the chat. Okay, who did tag me in the chat? Let me see. Okay, Adrian, I wanted to know if there is any real theory on how to roll weapons. People says a lot of things like getting good luck or do the rain dance. Yeah, I think from all those things, the best, if you can roll them from a rainforest during the rain, doing a rain dance and holding a lucky charm in one hand and mouse in your other hand. Just make sure whatever computer you are using is protected from the rain. And that's the best luck. And to be absolutely honest, unfortunately, there is no way. It's not affected by your in-game luck or anything like that. The game is using fake randomization, as people call it fake. It is fake, but it is randomization like you will have in casino and other places. As computers cannot really produce random numbers, truly random. They don't do that. They have lists that they draw from, and that's the best randomization you can get. So it's not truly random, but it's as close to the random as you would get. It's fake random, and nothing can affect your odds. Therefore, nothing will help. Oh, currently about the event, yeah, the announcement section, it's disabled. The new event. Bloodied power attack power fist, yeah, it's a good weapon. For Enclave Plasma Flamer, depends how you use it. But most popular seems to be still anti-armor. Vampire, of course, if you are using it on daily basis, but for bosses, anti-armor seems to be number one. Unfortunately, the Enclave Plasma Flamer is no longer a number one. It was dethroned by Railway. In the past, Enclave Plasma Flamer was slightly stronger, but after the nerf to Prime Receiver, it was dethroned by a Railway rifle. Anti-armor over vampire, if you only care about damage output, then yes. But normally for everything, vampire. Vampire is unkillable, and you remain the extra damage from Nerd Rage and Adrenaline reaction mutation. So you basically retain over 80% damage boost while using vampire weapon to be unkillable. So it's still better, like vampire on the blooded build, higher damage output than anti-armor or aristocrats at full health build. Unfortunate truth. Bethesda balancing. You can have vampire weapon on blooded build, you will do more DPS than a full health with perfect aristocrats or something like that. And if reverse blooded prefix would exist, then blooded build with vampire weapon would be doing about the same damage as full health build with reverse blooded effect. That would be the same DPS. Bloody build with vampire versus full health build with good prefix. The best prefix. Okay. Oh, one more question. What Raider Girl is saying, thanks Angry Turtle, watching your vids gave me direction on how to make a build. Okay, maybe that's not a question, but continue reading. Now I'm walking around with 1000 Stimpaks and 50 fusion cores like it's nothing. Yeah, you can. Although I do not recommend holding 1000 Stimpaks, you can sell them for some caps at vendors every day. The weight adds up if you have 1000. I usually try to stay around 100 and I never run out. Above 100 I'm selling off. Alright, now announcements from Bethesda Discord. Here we go. How far should I go back? There was several announcements. Where is the last week? Okay, that was all the announcement about the PlayStation. So the PlayStation update went in effect on 21st with the hotfix. That was last week. And then new stuff. So Fastnacht dropped, we know that. And now, that's about the dangerous pastimes. That was announced on 25th. We wanted to confirm that dangerous pastimes has been disabled while the team addresses a few issues around event. We expect to reactivate it after an update in the near future. We'll keep you all updated as we have more info to share. So if you're curious about those possible issues, one is what I observed on public test server, that you were able to back out event to do not correctly start, and instead of starting, block all the events and keep spawning endless waves of Vault Dwellers. The Vault 63 ones, electrified Vault Dwellers, never-ending waves. So that's one. The second, there should be a huge debuff to accuracy from electricity that do not work. The debuffs show in Pip-Boy but do not affect your accuracy. It was affecting accuracy on public test server, so I don't know what has happened. And electricity itself doesn't seem to do a lot of damage at all. On the PTS was very deadly, so I don't know if something went wrong and it's supposed to still be deadly, the electricity, or not. I think it's supposed to be, unless they wanted to make it more mild intentionally. I don't know. I liked it on PTS, that it was a little bit more difficult, and there were some damage sources that you needed to avoid. Next, Fastnacht officially began. We know that. It's terrible luck for me. Now, there was a maintenance recently for Xbox and PC. Fallout 76. That was quick maintenance. I don't know how big the patch was. It updated when I was not in front of my PC, so I didn't even notice when my game updated. Next, more updates. The development team is aware that in some cases, players have not received their rewards for Fastnacht after finishing the event. So I heard about those cases, even though they were not very common. Most people, from what I asked, did receive rewards, but there were some didn't receiving the rewards. And next, good, okay, hotfix. They fixed pickaxes, yeah, that was the main reason, and stability improvements. And about those bags with no rewards. They resolve login issues, and yeah, that's the last message. The development team have deployed a fix for public events that addresses the issue of some players not receiving rewards after they finish. This fix addresses Fastnacht and a handful of other public events. No downtime was needed, but you will have to move to a new server to enjoy the benefits of this fix. It was yesterday, so most likely everyone already moved to new server. Thank you all for your patience and for the reports. They helped the team track this down. So, those are the announcements, mostly positive. A lot of fixes has happened. The dangerous pastimes, unfortunately, currently disabled. When it will be back, I don't know. We can open a community resources in the same time, as there is Starting, no, that's there. The calendar, just a quick look. It's not a very high resolution, so I cannot zoom it in more. The quick look on the calendar. We are today, it's June 28th. So we are at Fastnacht. It's currently script surplus, so 1k script, double mutations for daily ops, which is awesome. So this is amazing weekend. 1k is still not enough. I still have so much stuff that I need to script. Could use more, but it's fine. And double experience is July 4th. So that's following weekend? Yes. Following weekend, it's double experience. And then it's followed up by another script surplus. So next 2 weeks are amazing because those are the useful activities, double experience. Use it to finish your rank 100 if you can on the season pass. That's the best moment. You can grind so fast. If you prepare today or your experience buffs and get them ready for July 4th, you can go grind and every hour is worth 2 hours as it is multiplicative boost with everything else. So you can spend 2 hours grinding Westek and your progress will be like 4 hours of grinding Westek. And assuming you normally do not run all the experience boost, let's say normally you only run lunchboxes, so 2 hours is equivalent of 8 hours grinding Westek with just lunchboxes. Or if you don't grind and never really use experience boosters, you know what 2 hours is equivalent of? Of playing the game for 2 days non-stop normally. Westek 2 hours or 48 hours playing the game normally without boosting. Choice is yours. So that's why double experience is so amazing. If you never try it, I have full guides on my channel. You can check what's stuck with what, how to apply, what gear you need. You have time. It's next week. Do it. If you need season and you are worried you will not finish, or you don't want to pay, or you cannot pay, that's the best opportunity to get your rank 100. As well, if you want to reach rank 150, that's the last moment you need to hit rank 100. If you don't hit it by July 8th, you will most likely not be able to reach rank 150. It's just so much grind. Like from 0 to 100 is about as much challenges needed as from 100 to 150. So it's twice as hard after rank 100 to get another 50 ranks. So that's effectively like 200 rank season. Therefore, if you don't hit rank 100 here, you will not get 150. Very unlikely. Like, I mean, you can buy it at any point. So if you have money, you can always get 150. But if you don't, that's good to know, I think. And back to YouTube chat. Let me see what's happening in here. You walk around with 15 to 20 stimpaks. Yeah, that's usually enough. I walk with under 100 and I'm not running out. They do accumulate more and more and more. So I'm running with 100 stimpaks after I sell extra stimpaks. So it's not like I'm running off the stimpaks and I need to take them from a mule or something. My mule has like thousands of stimpaks for no reason. I stopped even storing stimpaks at this point. I mean, at this point, several years ago, I stopped storing stimpaks as I never take them back from the mule. I was always adding, and there's no point. I decided I don't need any more stimpaks. Yes, the only moment when you need a lot of stimpaks is farming the imposter ship squatch event. If you keep jumping from server to server, activating it, and if you need to keep those pylons yourself, that's the moment you will burn some stimpaks, but that's only. Oh, Benji Meister, that will be your first experience weekend with full set of unyielding plus 1 intelligence. That's nice. You will get good results. Yes, you can skip some little buffs during double experience, as maximum per super mutant is 4,000. That's true, but that's not too much skipping, honestly. That's a little bit. Those hardest to get bonuses, or you can live without a sleep buff if they kill you and sleep buff disappears. You can still go strong with 4k, but it's not like you can skip the big ones. The big ones cannot be skipped, like the main food, all the lunch boxes, unyielding set of armor, high intelligence. This cannot be skipped. Yes, healing salva is really good for not doing animation when you are not running power armor. The other way to avoid animation is using auto stim armor or born survival. Those apply the stim packs without the animation. That's why I'm happy that on my lazy build I have one auto stim piece of armor and my born survival equipped. What is better, armor with chem and food reduction or weapon weight? In my opinion, weapon weight. Way more universal, and you have perks to reduce the weight of chems and drinks and food. So 2 perks, 6 perk points. For the weapons, you can spend 6, 9 or more points under strength and you will still not reduce everything, as those weapons are broken into separate category. Not every category let you achieve 90% reduction. So weapon is definitely superior, weapon weight, because you cannot achieve it in any other way but with the armor set. As well, it helps tremendously when looting everything. Enemies drop heavy weapons, you can loot everything and you don't need to go directly to the bench to scrap it all. So it weighs almost nothing with this armor. Oh, Kevin, you just hit level 400 and you finally upgraded legendary cards that you needed? Cool. That's a good moment. I don't know when the Morbid Well will be back. The Atom Shop items, you can always try to buy through purchase ticket if it's an option for them. If not, then those are so random. Does weapon weight reduction also reduce the weight of grenades? No, the grenades are separate. They are heavy. They do have a separate perk because grenades are attached to ammo. If you go for the perk that reduces the weight of explosive ammo, that includes grenades. It's under strength, unfortunately. Every good perk is under strength. So you can reduce the explosive weight by 90%, but that's a perk card. Yes, it's called Ordnance Express, yes. And about the weapon weight reduction, if you already have armor with weapon weight reduction, additional perk cards that can reduce weapon weight will not work, so you don't equip them. There is no point. In the past, you could stack it, so you could run bare arms and weapon weight reduction armor to reduce the weight by 99%, but there was a big issue with that. Some people managed to carry so many weapons that it was causing lag and crashes. The game cannot handle hundreds upon hundreds of different legendary weapons in your inventory at a time. So it was a big problem, so Bethesda patched it out. So now you cannot get more than 90% weight reduction unless it's a weightless weapon. So the legendary effect from weapon, the weightless one, will stack with armor set. So in that case, if you have, let's say, 50 cal that is a weightless on the last star and you have weapon weight reduction on armor, it will be 99% lighter than normally. The chair that I'm sitting on, that's from Noble Chairs. If you check them, they do cooperate with Bethesda, and they have a lot of Fallout-inspired designs. I don't know if this particular one is available now, the Overseer chair that I have, but they always have Fallout-inspired designs at Noble Chairs. The designs do change. They do not always have everything that was in the past. The two-shot do not help with critical recharge. Unfortunately, multi-projectiles still recharge critical only once. The same with shotguns. At some point, explosive was adding additional recharge, but they patched that out. It was not intentional. For the armor, you need full set of weapon weight reduction. One piece is not really worth it. It's barely noticeable. Full set is 90%, so you can carry 10 times more weapons if you have full set. So that's the difference. It's a huge difference if you have full set. One piece, you can carry 20% more weapons. You have full set, you can carry 1000% more weapons, which is 10 times as many weapons. People usually do not see it when you express it as 20% versus 90%, but it's not 70% difference. It's almost 10 times difference. The math is tricky sometimes when you look at the percentages, but that's how it is in practice. 20% extra weapons that you can carry with one piece versus 1000% extra weapons. Okay, any other questions? I can still answer one or two more questions before I'll be heading to member hangout. Oh, I didn't pin the link, but as usually, the member hangout will happen. Oh, you have another question. Okay, let me see. You just got the glowing Minotaur mask. You heard it's worth 300k caps. I really want the new Battered Charm camp item. Is it worth it to trade my new rare glowing mask for this? Oh, it's up to you. The value is up to you. I think they equally rare, the glowing masks and the plans. So it's up to you. The plan is worth a lot too. I didn't manage, and I was checking player vendors on several servers. I didn't manage to see a single plan being sold at player vendors, so they definitely are over 40k in value. So you cannot sell for more than 40k at player camp. Because 40k is the cap limit. People that do trade for more, they use multiple characters to handle caps. It's a crazy endeavor for me. Why I'm using ultralight instead of deep pocketed? Because one, you are getting extra carry weight because your armor is getting lighter. If you have more than one set, you can store it easier, and it's giving you total of extra 20 action points for 4 pieces if you mod all limbs. It is a significant improvement to your action point pool if you are using VATS. And carry weight difference is not so huge. Deep pocketed gives you total of 40 to your carry weight, but the armor is heavier, therefore you are trading, okay, you will get probably like 30 extra carry weight compared to ultralight, but you will not get 20 extra action points. So we are trading 30 carry weight versus 20 action points. For me personally, action points, I want more. I can increase my carry weight in other ways. My carry weight usually oscillate on the lazy build between 450 and 500, depend what I ate. And if I would switch to deep pocketed, I will go even a little bit higher, but I don't need it. I would much rather use extra action points. What's my personal take on lazy builds versus bloodied? Oh, lazy builds are addictive. It's so easy to play without worrying about everything. In the same time, I love the full DPS min-max build for the boss fights. Feel the power. I like to feel the power too. But quite often I like to go the lazy route. I like both for the different reasons. That's why alternating between them is so fun for me. How do you sell item for more than 40k caps? You use multiple characters to hold caps. It's the only, like, real traders do that. I did once a trade for 100 caps and I said no more. I needed to transfer caps from 3 or 4 of my characters. The other person needed to come with multiple characters to me. And that was back in the days when my friendless even worked. Now it's not even possible for me to do trades above 40k caps. It's not worth the effort, I need to say. I would rather trade weapon for weapon. Oh, anyway, thank you a lot for 20 bucks. Appreciate that. Thank you. And the message is, I can't believe I'm still watching 3 years later. Thank you very much anyway. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. I hope you still enjoy watching after 3 years. And I didn't become extremely boring when you know me too much. Oh, and JSG with 10 euro. Thank you very much, JSG. And the message is, hey Turtle, your video inspired me to try a lazy build. Running quad rats and healing factor, and really like not having to worry about rats and health at all. Nice. Awesome. Happy to hear that. Yeah, lazy is addictive. And thanks a lot for 10 euro. Appreciate that. And now that would conclude this episode of Turtlecast. Members will be heading for a little bit of a hangout to do our dailies. And that being said, thank you very much everyone who's supporting this channel continuously by watching and liking. And I hope to see you tomorrow on our regular gaming session in Fallout 76 tomorrow evening. Oh, and one more member for the Turtles Army at the end. Joe. Thank you a lot for joining Turtles Army, and may the shell be with you. And now, heading to member hangout, everyone else, have an amazing weekend, and see you soon. Turtle out. Bye.